Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to put together a screen-accurate Scream the TV series pilot killer cosplay. So, to give a little background on this, for those of you that don't know, the main Lakewood slasher costume was not the original look that they were going to use for the series at first. At first, they were going to use a different design, completely different costume and everything, and it actually can be seen in the pilot episode. And so today I'm going to be going over basically everything that you need to put together an accurate cosplay for that. Before I get started, if you're wondering why I'm dressed up differently, that is because I'm dressed up as Will and Jake whenever they are blackmailing the mayor. The reason why I'm dressed up as that is because this video mainly is season 1 related, and so I figured the plastic Brandon James mask wouldn't be appropriate as that's only in season 2. Anyways, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the mask. So this is actually a little interesting. Um, the mask is probably the most interesting part about it. This is the replica that I use right here. Yes, for those of you that don't know, this is what the original mask for the TV series looked like. Definitely a creepy design, I will say. Even though it's made out of burlap, the mask was apparently supposed to be made out of flesh in the show. And there are actually behind the scenes photos as well as a teaser where you can see this mask. Um, but in the actual episode, anytime that you see the killer, um, you're actually looking at a digitally altered version. So what they did was they took the shots that had this mask in it, but they digitally altered it to put this mask in it, which is the main mask used. Um, so yep, this is what the mask looks like. Which mask do you think that you all prefer? Leave in the comments below. Do you prefer the original burlap flesh mask, or do you prefer the classic Brandon James mask that we ended up getting throughout the show? Personally, I prefer the classic Brandon James masks that we got throughout the show. Just because this one speaks Scream to me a little bit more than this. But that's just my opinion, though. Now, if you're wondering where you can get one of these, this one was actually made by my friend Elliot, but I don't think he's going to be offering these because he told me that this was a really hard mask for him to make. But I do think that Burkbench Designs is making his own flesh mask. So I would recommend hitting him up if you want to get one of these. Now, what some of you might not know is not only was the mask different, but the killer attire was also different throughout the episode. So you may know that the Lakewood Slasher is known for wearing a poncho throughout the show. Well, in the pilot episode, he actually is wearing more of like a rain slicker, like a trench coat rain slicker kind of. Um, and the actual model that they used has not been identified, but this is just one that I used that I think looks pretty close. As you can see, it's got sleeves and everything. It's basically like a trench coat, like rain slicker. Um, and I just bought this one off of Amazon. I'll put a screenshot up so you can see it. And so, yep, that's what the killer wears. Next thing I'm going to talk about are the gloves. So again, the gloves do appear to be different. Um, from what it looks like, the killer appears to be wearing black leather gloves, kind of like these that I have right here. So if you just try to find like a basic pair of black leather gloves, I think those will work for your cosplay. Another thing I'll point out is you'll want to get a black shirt and black jeans to wear under your rain slicker also. The shirt that I actually use is a black turtleneck. It has not been confirmed that that's what he's wearing in that episode, but that's just what I use just to kind of help hide that neck area a little bit. Um, And also, another thing you'll need is you'll want to get a balaclava to hide any skin on the side of your face and in your neck area also. The last thing I'm going to talk about are the boots. So a lot of you might think that he wears the same pair of boots that the Lakewood Slasher wears throughout the rest of the show. But no, even the boots are different. And the boots that were used are these. You recognize these anywhere? I'll give you a second to try to guess. If you guessed Scream 2 and 3, you are correct, because these are the same boots used in Scream 2 and 3. And from what I've heard, they are actually the same exact pair used in 3, because for those of you that don't know, the killer in the pilot episode was actually portrayed by Brian Avery, who portrayed Ghostface in Scream 3. And so, yep, there is one shot in particular where you can see him wear these, and I'll put that picture up, obviously. So, yep, original rugged Outback boots. And of course, the last thing you'll need is a knife. And like the Lakewood Slasher, the pilot killer does use a buck 119. And basically just your modern buck 119 will work for that. So, yep, the buck 119. And that's pretty much it. That's everything that you need to put together a screen-accurate pilot killer cosplay from the pilot episode of the Scream TV series. Let me know in the comments what you think about that costume. Should they have kept the burnt or the burlap flesh costume, or should they have stuck with the main costume that they use throughout the rest of the show? Let me know in the comments on which one you prefer. Alright, I'll get some costume shots for you all. That'll be it. I'll see you soon.